Attention gamers, previously on Rav's pathetic but nevertheless entertaining struggle to be good at this game. I kidnapped tiny Dumbledore from Hogwarts and arranged for him to marry this furry bomb rat to create some maniacal midget madness in the bot lane and to prove that AP beats AD in a wiener girth measuring contest. Then I went on a few dates with this walking willow tree as an APC, and with the help of some jabbing tulips, I validated that mages yield obvious advantages over the standard ADC. In other words, less CC equals more FF, but more CC increases the size of your PP so that you can end more games by saying GG. Easy. So in this video I aim to change the stubborn minds of people who think ADCs rule the bot lane by first delivering some valentines on this foxy hottie, then you'll get to see Rav whip out his inner LCS coaching on an autofilled support with the most 200 IQ strategies that obviously work. And finally you will see the power of the snare sisters to show that if you can dodge a wrench you can dodge a ball, but if you get hit by one snare, your sped monkey ass is getting hit by both. And speaking of changing stubborn people's minds, this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. So for the 1.3% of my viewers that probably don't know what an iPhone is, Raid Shadow Legends is a free-to-play mobile game that is also available on PC. My daily routine consists of opening these shards to unlock new champions, so let's look at what we got today. First we have this badass looking Spiky Mikey, then we have this holy moly mom shut the door, yeah these are some dope graphics for a mobile game. And finally we got this little useless pipsqueak, but it's always a win-win because if you get a little crap dust you can just sacrifice his useless nuts to power up someone else. See, I just murdered 6 scrubs to instantly make sugar buns here a level 6. I have also been messing around with these tournaments and right now I am repping 6th place and coming for your spot on the leaderboards, player 49102136. And there are many other ongoing tourneys to compete against the entire raid community like the Spider's Den, Ice Golem's Peak, the Almighty Fire Knight, or the Notorious Dragon, where you take a group of your boys out to have a slap fest with a wild Charizard. And in patch 1.15 coming in May, there will be a new arena tourney added where you can earn points based off your tier and win dope goodies in both the local and global tourneys. So use my link in the description to join Rav on Raid and you'll get all these sick rewards, including 100k silver, 2 keys to the panty drawers, 10 champion shards, and this psych ward escapee who will let you smash your way through the early stages of the campaign. We have 3 full clans of naked Eskimos on Raid and growing, so try it today. And now let's point and laugh at all the people who just got done typing that the video starts at 2:33 thinking they are making a public service announcement but failing to realize that there was over a minute of Rav style content before the sponsored message. Flash ignite that like button if you a true homie and let's get into the gameplay. Okay, hit pause on that shit if you want to copy all this, but basically I took electrocute on the fox so I could say 1 2 3 surprise you a dead bitch, then Ahri on Inspector Gadget because that little jizz poro helps me defend my title as the masturbator, and Comet on Bridezilla to force feed some M&Ms to the sped monkeys that you put into cages. The game starts off with me telling my scarecrow to claim those shrubs as our territory and to Reaper whack anyone who challenges him, which results in the Bind Bride whipping a blood clot and Obama coming in for some pistol pops, so I decide to go Monica Lewinsky and charm the president to start us off with a quick impeachment. Then I place an order for a ride on the USS Carry Rav's ass and a walking submarine gets delivered to my lane. He sticks his anchor up that bride's a-hole and then I blow her a kiss to snap another kill as Obama tries to challenge him only to get stunned and forced to cast a reckless pussy pursuit away. Then I see a little ping ping asking Rav's help desk to report to River only to see Mr. Steelio Scuttle Crab Snot rocket himself in, so I give the booger a nip flash which mesmerizes him until we can send Mr. Mucus back to base. Then I am pretending like it's just another day of Rav missing easy CS, but little do these shitters know I have a stealthed up scarehouse in the bushes ready to show them his collection of fidget spinners, so I dash in and deliver a valentine because I like this hoe's wings before bursting her down. Then Obama salvages the situation by bursting the shit out of the wall in front of him as an intimidation tactic. We just finished forcing the monkeys out of lane by leaving them both one shot when my support figures that even though he only has 3 health, he should be able to get off 6 ticks on his ult before they give him the tiniest of tickles to kill him off. But no one shows Rav up like that, so if that bag of hay is going to put on a hilariously bad performance in an overextended and poorly executed 1v2, I am going to prove that anything he can do Rav can do better, and I don't disappoint. A minute later and we have big plans with the anorexic effigy going pedophile bush creeping again as he gets blood clotted right before whipping out the fidget spinners, but I do a dashy dick into battle and turn this bride into a bisexual before stealing her lunch money. Then Obama thinks his statue symbolizes freedom and safety, but my yo-yo snow globe begs to differ. I run mid for a quick game of Pummel the Pirate and very methodically wait for the Nautilus ult to knock him up so I don't miss my charm, only to run in and miss it anyway like an inbred donkey as we take him down. Then we catch the used tampon near river and angry Anchor Andrew makes him sit still so I can blow him a long-ranged kiss before his catapult gets cocked blocked and a quick game of Follow the Flashing Leader breaks out. I take the scenic route back to the fellas and then we split the jungler into 4 baby boogers and euthanize them one at a time. A minute later and the crazed rabies wolf gets a scent of a useless ADC so he charges in and I want a cut of that dough so I do a dash, but the boys don't give me a cut so I whip out my yo-yo snow globe to collect some cash of my own. Then I bet our mid laner that she can't bowl a strike on Portapus Peggy, but she proves me wrong with a slick over the wall snipe, which prompts careless Rav to go chasing in like a dashing douche before flashing only to get juked so I flee with my failed tails, but that magical maniac follows only to be dodgeballed and delivered back to base. It's now time for base breaching practice when the sphere slut tells Obama that she voted for Bush and I dash in for the impeach but grab a handful of winged dumb shit instead. Then Project Peekaboo ports in to spin some fidgets in front of them as I flee because I have no balls. Fiddle Tits paints himself gold and the booger gets his bouncy house on as the werewolf does a nosedive to murder Captain Cucky Nuts before we whip out the Googon one last time. The game ends with Jack Sparrow ironically complaining about CC when he is playing a champ with a QSS on a 10 seconds cooldown, but it just supports my argument that more CC equals more GG boys and girls. So now it's time to see what's behind APC door number 2 and take Inspector Gadget bot lane with the boys. The game starts off with Lantern Larry scraping his chain on the ground to trip us up, followed by a hook on the sun fetish Solari shit tits as we kite back until she pulls a quick psych. I am going back in with 6 health so your boy heals the sloppy shield hoe before flashing in to laser the loser for first blood. A few minutes later and I ping my ultimate and then the shielded sun buns pings hers, making us both a little erect so she rushes in to give the albino a sunburn and I follow up with a cloud of white noise to make the cocaine addict go insane till she gives me some coins to make it stop. I let Leona know that since Riot hasn't appropriately nerfed her broken ass kit since her inception, I want her ulting literally on cooldown regardless of the situation, and the bitch obliges, which feeds this shot caller daddy some easy gold. A few minutes later I am just chillin' like a mechanical arm laser growing out of his back, villain in the weeds to get a good view of the solar eclipse. I lay down a helicopter pad and then unload onto Ginger Snorts to take her down as the lights go out and a floating crab claw comes flying in, so I pretend like I am beat and headed out only to come back in and say surprise get ray beamed before doing a quick shielded staff punch to secure my second kill. Larry then whips his chain at a midget in a wheelchair in a drunken rage and I let him know what a dick move that was as Mr. Modern Rock comes stomping in like he's gonna squash this squishy shit, but I surprise the world by running back in to slap the skeleton, scoring me some salary and a shield to save me from the Rock's violent bear hug before kiting to safety. Then I figure that was enough shield saves and masturbating for one evening, so I start calling an Uber to take me back to base, but I notice the boys are still down to clown so I cancel that shit and run in. The walking boulder welcomes me back with great excitement and I perform a shield and sprint to keep my distance, but I have to give it to that granite slab. He may be dumb as a rock, but he was determined to die without doing anything useful. A minute later and I see there is some interest in tapping my support's ass, so I figure if I face the wall, maybe they won't notice that I am hiding in plain sight, and my plan works perfectly as I pull a surprise you a dead bitch on minigun Maria for the kill. Then we run up river to see Lantern Larry all alone waiting for his ride, so we rob the shitter to steal some cash to pay for daddy's Lich Bane. A big battle breaks out mid and I see the wrestling arena and the solar eclipse thrown down, so I run in to tell this spinning shitter that she will get dizzy if she keeps that up, and then I chase the generous Ginger who has been giving me money all game. She flashes, so of course my greedy ass follows and I Q pop her down before chasing off the Cyan simp into base. Game 2 down, and look at all the GGs in the chat that have resulted from this CC. Now it's time for the Snare Sisters to steal the show. The last game starts off with the Cosmic Wheat Farmer coming in to gank the bombshell with the boomerang, but she activates her ult and this lazy ass isn't trying to get in a sprint off, so I say fuck the athlete, I will just go back to deal with the mispositioned plant. I chase her down and do a totally necessary flash to ensure that I get my first serving of veggies. A minute later and I put the walking rose bush in a bind and we give them a quick preview of the synergy these sisters have. Then my chain channel finishes on Boomerang Barbara before I fire a Q off into the wrong galaxy to show why I am still stuck in the same elo as I was 6 years ago when I earned this victorious Morgana skin. Then I finish off the fight shamefully alone with a few autos. Then I run mid to pay a visit to the creepy goth doll, and since I have a negative level of confidence that my sped ass will land a skill shot, I just play a game of body block the Barbie doll and I stay in her face until the others can come and actually use their abilities to take her down. The mini-map that I always watch shows a gathering north, so I run up to see Tucker Time Tits doing some quick small talk behind enemy lines before he ports to the past, so I come in with a bursty bind before telling the bitch I will come around back. I chain her up and ship her off to base before flashing away from the pole-twirling psychopath, only to be followed by the walking botanical garden as me and Lux do a quick 1 snare 2 snare solar flare, take care Dr. Seuss dicking on the feeding fern. A bit of a ram is going on mid when Hockey Hector tries to sneak a cheap shot on the spectral spider monkey, which prompts a world war as a midget hooded employee intercepts my cue, so I dance around the chaos and then do a flash 50 Shades of Grey type of chainage to take over the fight. They escape the bondage and I get robot ball cucked and lit on fire, but I put Polly Pocket into a prismatic phone booth as she trophies herself in my purple piss puddle and we take her down. Another fight breaks out, so it's time to show the power of CC on APCs as I get right in the middle of the action and put a few of them in handcuffs before watching the shackle shitfest from the trophy stand. Then Commander Cucksuck the Fourth comes in and goes full Mount Vesuvius on my anus, but this bride is beefy, so I let him tickle me until he tires out and dies. Then I am just helping Reaper Randy murder the neighbor's dogs when Starvin Jarvin comes flagpoling in. Naturally the wheat farmer pieces out to leave me hanging, so I go Golden Girl and let the dumbass drown in my piss. Then we see the vegan trying to landscape around our employees, so we do a quick 1 snare 2 snare before slapping the caged Calla Lily and lighting her on fire for the kill. A minute later and I am just deploying the positional awareness of a watermelon, which results in a panic trigger of the trophy tits, but I thaw out and bind the hockey jock to pretend like me getting caught out was totally calculated. This results in a third argument for why more CC equals more GG, and if you were wondering, yes, my duo did get a chat restriction as a result of his contributions to the all chat conversation during this game. For the loyal ones who have stuck around till the end, I appreciate you and will make sure I spice up my future sponsored messages by slapping a freestyle rap for them or some shit. Also big plans in the pipes, like a potential merch drop this week and some more collabs coming up. Give your mamas a social distancing version of a kiss and brush your teeth tonight. Rav out.